Welcome everybody to the World Cup. This is our first episode covering the 2026 World Cup.
Has it hit you?
It hasn't hit me.
That's fucked
It
up.
hasn't hit me.
That's crazy.
I consume football media, especially Arsenal media, for large parts of the year. I've done it while I'm driving. I've done it like while I'm in the shower. I put it on. Like I'm always watching a podcast, listening to something. I've taken a week off. I really have. It's been a lot. This season's been a lot. I've needed a week off just to reset. But I am very excited for the World Cup.
Now you were saying, Blake, that opening game of the World Cup between Mexico and South Africa is not going to be a generational watch.
Well, I just see in a reality where it's just not a great game, and that's okay. That's okay.
Was Qatar Ecuador opening game of last World Cup a good game?
It was not a good game.
No.
But it was a good
What was the
game.
score, 2-0?
It was a good game. I think it was 2-0.
2-0?
But it
And a
was an
Valencia-
enjoyable
and a
watch because
Valencia
it was the
brace.
opening game of the World Cup.
Yeah,
I think
it'll be fun.
it's a must. Opening games of the World Cup
Of course, you gotta watch it. Yeah, 100%.
Like regardless, we've had a kind of iconic moments in opening games of the World Cup.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Ochoa's legendary performance against Neymar's Brazil in 2014. Was that an opening game?
Maybe.
Maybe not.
I
No,
don't-
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't
Sorry.
an opening game. It
But
was Brazil versus
it was
Croatia
Group A.
that year.
Yeah. But
Yes,
no?
But you
yes.
have-
It was like 4-1.
Oh, was it?
It was a
yes,
good
it
game.
was. Yes, it was good for
Yes, it
Brazil.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bafana.
Shabalala.
That was the opening game.
Come on,
How can you
guys.
forget?
2018 could not tell you.
Nah,
what that
I'm
game
excited, but like just
And we have in the opening game this year the Bafana.
was. Yes.
South Africa.
Yes. Tell me what our preview is for this group, how we see it going, because there's one team that I think this group is built around, and it's Mexico, right? Because there's two very different conversations with them. On the one hand, this is a team that we were once praising as like, Chicharito on Real Madrid and Manchester United leading the line. The vibes were high and everything. Now we're talking about Edson Alvarez just got relegated with West Ham, and we're talking about Raul Jimenez.
Yeah, it's two very different conversations in terms of Mexico. There's two different conversations with Mexico. The
Yeah.
one is their playing style and their football that hasn't been great over these last couple of years, although it's been a little better, I'd say, in the last year or two. The other conversation is the fact that they're host nations, and I think that can propel them to heights that have almost never been seen for Mexico.
Yep.
Mexico always tend to do well in World Cups. Mexico always get out of their group. They always reach the round of 16. And in a home World Cup, I don't see them doing anything other than that. I think the fans being at the Azteca, being at home, it's going to be huge for them.
Yep.
And you can criticize the football, their lack of football over these last 5-6 years, right?
Yep.
But ultimately, I think the defining factor for them will be the fact that they have an entire nation at
That's the
home
thing.
behind them.
Can I just say side tangent? Absolute disgrace. The Azteca isn't being used more in this World Cup. The fact, we gotta get the fact that from the quarterfinals onwards, it is strictly in the U.S.
Yeah,
I think
it's
is
bad.
a joke. Monterrey Stadium, absolutely beautiful. The Azteca, iconic. Also one of the biggest stadiums, if not the biggest stadium out of the lot of host nations.
I think it is the biggest.
It is.
Yeah.
The opening game is being played there. I think the final should have been played there as well.
Yeah.
Also, the vibes, the prices,
Yeah,
everything
they
is
would,
better.
but they were always going to play the final in the U.S. at the MetLife.
And
it was
they
always gonna
wanted,
be.
and they wanted all the rest of the
yeah, we know.
games in the U.S.
It's obviously a money thing. Right?
Of course, it always is. Look, with Mexico, it's going to be they have the 12th man, and that is an amazing home support.
Yeah.
And it's also the fact that in this group, they're not going to be challenged as much.
It's a very
they could have been.
in terms of groups in this World Cup. I think it's one of the hardest to predict, in my opinion.
And I've been seeing a lot of people call Canada's group like the group of life.
Yep, I've seen that.
I've seen the Group G, the Belgium group, called the Group of Life.
Oh, really?
That too. There's a couple groups of life.
But you look
There's
at
a lot
this
of
group,
groups.
and this one is really, it's on the table for anyone
I
to
don't
take
know.
it.
I
if
feel
you-
like this one is, it's very evenly matched.
You think?
I think if someone puts Czechia first, which I have them fourth in this group, I wouldn't be surprised. If someone put South Korea first, I wouldn't be surprised. If someone put Mexico first, I wouldn't be surprised. And if someone put South Africa first, I also wouldn't be surprised. It honestly could go either way for
could.
this group.
It could.
And it's good that a lot of groups are like that, I think, at this World Cup.
Yeah, I actually have Czechia second in this group. I think Mexico will breeze through. Maybe they get 7 points. I just think South Korea I have fourth. And again, I just think it won't be anything, or maybe I have South Africa. Well, let me confirm. Yes, I have South Africa fourth. I have South Korea third, potentially getting through still as one of the best third place teams. But I think it will just be a shootout between the Czech Republic and Mexico for me. But I think Mexico having that home home field advantage will get it.
I think we're slightly underrating South Africa. I think you look at what South African football has evolved to in these last years. I mean, we have a quarterfinal AFCON appearance in the AFCON previous of this one, so the one right before.
Okay.
And then this one, they got out of the group stage, got unlucky to be eliminated. I think it was a very close game in the end,
Okay.
in the knockout stages.
Fair.
And then you look at teams like Mamelodi Sundowns in the Club World Cup, which I know we've talked about and not trolled, but we've poked fun at them, right? But their play style is very good. And I think that's very representative of
Yep.
what South African football is like,
Yeah.
right? I think South African football is a very good style of football, and this World Cup will showcase that and more. This World Cup will show that South African football is amongst the more enjoyable watches for fans. I think it's been on an upwards trend these last years. And to write off South Africa this early in the group stages is a mistake, I think.
You think? Where do you have them?
Sorry?
What do you have 'em?
I have them second or third. I have them getting out of the group stages, at least as a best third.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I mean, yeah, 100%. They have one of those advantages where a lot of their players either play for the Sundowns or they play for the Pirates. So a lot of
Yeah.
chemistry is in there a lot, right? You could even say the same thing for South Korea. A lot of them play for Seoul over there. A lot of them, of course, come to Europe as well. But a big contingent of that team is also, homemade.
I think the reason why people tip South Korea to be above South Africa is the fact that they have bigger names that play in bigger teams in Europe, which ultimately can be the difference between these two teams. But I don't know. I think as a team, South Africa, I'm excited to watch them. South Africa can really prove people wrong at this World Cup, I think.
Interesting.
Maybe it'll be a good watch, man.
Oh, that first game is going to be a great watch, I think.
Shall we lock in our prediction here?
Let's lock in the prediction. Are we top?
I'm
Are we
down to
Mexico
give South
top?
Africa love. I think it's a Mexico first. Kind of
I'm
thing.
fine with putting South Africa third.
Yeah,
I
we
think
can do
they
that.
will get out of the
I think it's a
groups.
Czech second, South Africa third.
Wow. I think it's Korea second, South Africa
Interesting.
third.
Interesting. Why are you low on the Czechs?
I don't.
Do the Czechs
Maybe
have
it's a
anyone?
mistake. Well, they have Patrick Schick, Thomas Socek, Vladimir Sofal. Those are, I guess, the biggest name.
Vladimir
Kovar, yeah.
Sofal.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't done my research on Czechia, and that's on me. I just nothing really excites me when I look at Czech Republic. Nothing really excites me.
Nothing
I'm not
excites
really.
you?
I see more upside in the South Korea, and I see more upside in the South Africa, and I definitely see more upside in the Mexico.
I think you just see less of them, so they're more like the new kids on the block, like the new toy
Sure,
that you
that
want to
could be a
play with,
possibility,
rather
yeah.
than these guys that will just have
We
maybe
can't
not
lock
the
them in
highest
at
bar.
second. So you're putting South Korea fourth in this group?
I'd rather put Czechia at fourth.
Look, this is not.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay, fair enough.
So-
Fair enough. We
so
could
we're
we could do
doing-
that. I don't agree with it, but we could do that.
See, this is what I
could
mean. This is
do-
so hard to predict. We have
could
the
do-
top, the second, or the rest of the three.
Basically,
Impossible.
okay. So Korea versus Czech Republic. Who wins that game? You think?
I want to say Korea.
Great start, guys. It's only Group A. We can't even decide.
Yeah, that's because this is the stuff that it comes down to. But we're not exactly ranking which of these teams is the best in terms of world ranking, because that would be way too simple. It's this team versus this team in a one-off game, because that's what it will be.
Yeah.
Who will get the most points in 3 games?
South Korea for me.
South Korea beats Czech Republic.
Yep.
Then pick it, dude. Then pick it. South Korea second, South Africa third, and the Czech Republic disappointing in the World Cup, 4th place. Okay, that's a hot take straight off the bat, boys. Shall we go now to Group B? I'm very high on Canada, guys. I will say.
I'm probably less high on Canada than you are. I'm nervous.
I don't have them first.
I think they probably they should be gunning to win this group, and I think that actually might bite them in the ass because if they don't win the Bosnia game, it's
such. Oh my god, the
gonna
ship
be
is so rocky.
it's gonna be very, very hard for them to bounce back, and they need to. But I don't know.
I'm confident in them getting out of the group. I think they can beat Qatar, and I think they can get a draw against either Bosnia or Switzerland. However, if I am Swiss, I am looking at this group, and I am expecting 9 points. I think they should dominate this group. Switzerland have made the round of 16 in the World Cup for the past 3-4 editions of the tournament. They're known for it. I think the trend continues, even though they don't have the old guard like a Xherdan Shaqiri or a prime Ricardo Rodriguez, etc. But they still have names like Granit Xhaka that I think will take them to first in this group of life, if you want to call it. Canada, I think, will impress. I think they'll beat Bosnia on the opening day. I think the home field advantage factor comes in as well. There is going to be a Bosnian contingent here in Canada, but I don't think it will be enough. They have a couple of pieces, Bosnia, that I think can be dangerous, but I think Canada comes second, Bosnia third, Qatar ultimately, similar to 2022, they come fourth, and it's a tournament to forget again for them.
Sure.
Bosnia are exciting, man. They got a couple of really young pieces. They have these two wingers who I do not remember the names of, so I'm going to have to look them up right here. But one of them is like 21, the other is like 18, and both of them were really big in the win against Italy.
Yeah, I remember watching one against the Italy game. I don't remember. He has a long name, but there
They're
was
both
there
very
was one
difficult
winger
to
on the
say.
left side that was really, really impressing me against
Yep.
Italy.
So the 18-year-old Karim Alajbegovic is the face of the future for the Bosnian national team. The other one on the other wing is Esmir Bayraktarovic.
That's
he is
who it was.
21.
That's who it
That's the
was.
one who looked really impressive. Like
Yeah.
completed the most dribbles, created the most chances in a do or die game that featured Italy. That's a lot to say. They're
Amir,
gonna be
Amir Dedic in there for you or you Benfica?
yes,
Benfica
yeah.
guy?
Dedic started the season really hot, and then he kind of
See, he was selling his dreams. He was selling his dreams with Dedic.
Wait, did Benfica win the league?
No, bro, they came third.
Undefeated came third.
But they went unbeaten. Yeah, so going invincible a little bit overrated, as we can tell.
Just not.
I said Kolasinac is on this team. So
Is he? He's still kicking?
He is 32. That's actually not as old as I would have believed.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was like 25 when he was at Arsenal then. That's crazy.
Wow. I knew he was that shit.
I mean, I feel like he's someone you want on your team, not just to play, but I feel like he's probably a good leader.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the midfield. It's Ivan Sunjic, and it's a couple other names here that I'm not all that familiar with that are going to have to surprise a lot of people if Bosnia want to do anything. They have enough confidence in the back going forward, but that midfield battle against Canada, against Granit Xhaka and co, and against Qatar is going to be what wins or loses them this group.
Are we good with this ranking?
I am very happy with this
Yeah,
ranking.
that's probably what I go for.
Very happy with this ranking. Let's move.
Group C. What
C.
a group, man.
Oh my God.
What a group.
Oh, my de facto team. Actually,
Your what?
my de facto team.
De facto team.
We forgot about my love for Scotland and
Did we?
in the
What's your love
Euros.
In the
Is
Euros.
the song?
Oh, because
Oh,
of
yes.
the song.
What was the
Yeah.
song again?
Not because of any other player.
Tierney?
Oh.
I like Tierney.
Okay. Not as
See,
not
but
as
what if
biased
it was because of the player? That's fine. You guys see, and then you guys make me. I can't even support clubs or the countries because I like the guy who played for the club. You make it worse for me being a non-original fan of a good nation. Jesus.
Tyler Fletcher's in that midfield as well. So
And Jordan McGinn.
and John
John
McGinn.
McGinn.
They got John McGinn and Scott McTominay, of course.
Who's the manager?
The manager is
It's still Steve Clark. Oh, that's so good. You guys remember the song?
No, I don't. Go ahead.
And
as
we
soon
got
as-
John McGinn.
Yeah,
John McGinn. John McGinn.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah. How do we think this? Well, I think the top two should be set in stone. I think it's just whoever wins that opening game for the group, which is Brazil, Morocco.
Yeah, boys.
It could be a draw though.
I got Morocco winning this group. Just because I think the first game in that group is Brazil Morocco.
I think
And
it
I
is.
think Morocco shocks Brazil a little bit.
You have to obviously Morocco still have a great team. I don't think Morocco have anything or that many things to envy from the big European teams. Honestly,
Like deficiencies.
Yeah, I think they seriously can do some very similar things that they did in the 2022 World Cup. The one thing that worries me is the fact that their coach or their ex-coach, Walid Regragui, is not there anymore. And they're coming into this World Cup with a brand new coach. And they haven't played any games under him, apart from the friendlies that they're about to play.
Yeah.
That worries me. I don't think the squad quality doesn't worry me because, like I said, they have very good players quality-wise. But you never know what it can look like under a new coach after your old coach had you playing some great football that upset a lot of big nations and that technically won you an African Cup of Nations.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. It's a really good point. I actually didn't even consider that. It was trophy or bust for them in the AFCON, and it was bust. It was bust.
Whichever way you wanna look at it.
Until an email came through 2 months later.
Yeah,
You know?
it was.
Or else the coach would still be there. End of the day.
What a picture.
Brazil, on
But
the
I
other
think,
hand.
look, I think this team will go into it with the mentality of we have a lot to prove still. It's almost
Who,
the
Morocco
same.
or Brazil?
Yes, Morocco will. Morocco will, because yes, they are AFCON winners, but they aren't respected like it. And the likes of Brahim Diaz will take this tournament and he will go like, this is the opportunity to right the wrong of what was that AFCON final, where he pulled the Baggio. So I think that mixed in with the star power, mixed in with the proof to them that they can work as a unit and as a team, I think they're a little more of like a well-oiled machine than Brazil is, even though Brazil have the much better players on paper.
For sure.
I think it's
very
the
50-50.
I think it's the most complete Brazil team we've seen in a while.
Really?
Think so?
Yeah. From top to bottom, like I feel like there's always been things.
What was the last
lacking.
very good Brazil team we saw? 2014?
2014.
World ranking had Brazil number 1 in 2018.
2018?
2018.
No, they had Belgium number 1 in 2018.
No, it's some. Well, I mean,
Belgium
it swapped
was-
throughout.
Okay, world ranking.
It swapped throughout.
World
2018,
ranking
but
aside,
at some points leading
Brazil
up
is
to
okay.
the 2018 World
that
Cup. it was Brazil.
2014 team that got 7-1.
Yep.
Is it better than compared to like the team they have now?
I don't know.
And I think there's a lot of similarities. I think you have the star power up front. I think you have really solid defense. And the midfield is a mix of some guys in the Brazilian league and then some mainstays around Europe. Kind of similar to what it was before. I don't know. I think this is one of the best Brazilian teams that we've seen in a while.
I agree.
The thing is
actually.
with the Brazil conversation is that they haven't played like the beautiful Brazils of the
And that's fair. And
the
with
1970s
and
to
with Don
2002,
Carlo,
you know
like
what I
I
mean?
don't think that's gonna happen either.
Yeah, it's Brazil is supposed to be a representation of what football is at its perfect state. This Brazil team have not shown that, which is why I think people are less inclined to thinking they'll do well in this World Cup.
Fair.
They might have a better squad, but for people watching Brazil, for Brazilians, having a good enough squad, having a better squad is not good enough. They want to see beautiful football.
I know.
I think it's all culminating at the right time. Think of it like the players hitting good form. Miro's coming off a great season. Gabriel, Igor Thiago, Vinicius, okay, but he had a better season the year before. Rafinha. All of these players are just riding absolute highs.
For sure.
I feel like it's a good time for them to come together and ball out.
When was the last
they're
time?
they're like my most exciting team to watch right
When
now.
was the last time this Brazil team, or any version of a Brazil team, truly glued together and played good football?
That's fair.
It's been a long
It's been a
time.
very long time.
And
Like
that-
this,
that's
we're
But on the other hand, this Brazil team can prove that they can be that.
Yeah.
That's what they have to prove now.
I really don't think this Brazil team is going to play like a Brazil team. And I think a lot of fans are going to get onto them about that. I think Carlo Ancelotti is going to have them set up in a very defensive, like 4-4-2, because I'm hearing that he's going to rely a lot on like the physical defensive ability of a Casemiro and a Bruno Guimaraes, specifically because their fullback talent there
Yeah, it's
isn't really strong.
great.
They're relying on two players from the Brazilian league. You know, this is a country that used to rely on the likes of Marcelo and Cafu, on Dani Alves, and now it's Wesley.
Felipe Luis.
Anyways,
And now it's
so,
Wesley. Yeah.
So I think it's the correct way if you're a Brazilian manager, if you just want the most optimal way to use the players at your disposal. However, that will likely mean that you are sitting back, soaking the pressure, especially against a lot of these good teams, and you're relying on the explosivity of like a Vidi and Co to hit on the counter.
Could work though.
Which could work.
Yeah.
But my point is that they're not going to play like the Brazil that we know and love.
and I mean, I wasn't expecting that, especially with the Don Carlo. Like,
I'm also hearing reports that Ancelotti is going to be relying heavily on set pieces.
my type of manager.
On Gabriel.
Gabriel, nonetheless.
So,
Goddamn.
little side conversation.
Yeah.
If Carlo Ancelotti wins the World Cup with Brazil, would this make him the greatest manager of all time?
He's top. Yeah.
He might
He'd be
you
top,
know.
top. He'd be top.
Like he would be right up there. I
Because,
think.
like,
He's won in Serie A. He's won
won-
in the Bundesliga. He's won in the Prem. He's won in La Liga.
He's won in Liga.
He's won in Liga. He's won in the Champions League many, many, many times
For
and then if
different
he does
clubs.
it with Brazil,
For different
it-
clubs too.
for different clubs. And now if he does it with Brazil,
This is the only piece he's missing to collect all the Infinity Stones as a manager.
True.
Literally, that's all it is.
True.
and I think a lot of like the narrative around like him as a manager is that his play style and tactics are not always, I don't know, super flashy. But for him to do it with so many teams, like we talked about this last week, I didn't even know he did it in Liga.
Yeah, like at some point, tactics go out the window. I still think he's a brilliant tactical manager. It's just not seen as much in today's game.
Yeah.
at some point you have to throw tactics out the window and just appreciate what he won and,
Yeah,
and
that's
all the,
exactly
and the
right. That's my
pedigree,
point.
his pedigree through every team he's been to.
100%.
Because you don't just do that by faking your way there.
No,
And more than ever before, it would be the storyline of this win. Like you have saved
Yeah.
Brazil. You have given them their first bit of World Cup glory since 2002 after all the heartbreak.
And I would go even further as to saying he would be one of the most influential figures and one of the greatest figures of all time in football in general. Because as
yeah.
a player, let's not forget what he's done as a player. He was a part of the great
player.
Milan teams as well. He's
hell
won
of a
many
player.
trophies as a player. So to go from player winning almost everything to manager winning everything,
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
like he's top of the list.
He'd be up there with the all-time coaches in sports.
Yeah,
Period.
Yeah.
Probably already is.
I think he already is. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he'd
I'm
be top of that list.
very
So-
excited to watch Brazil this World Cup.
So you think Morocco first then?
I'm going Brazil first. but-
you know what? I will
go
change my
Morocco,
mind
though.
to Brazil.
Okay.
Well, maybe in my heart of hearts I believe Morocco,
think-
but I feel like we have two Brazil
Sentimentally, I
backers.
want Brazil to finish.
I
First.
know,
I think
I
we
think
have to
everyone
put a
has a
little bit of
soft spot.
emotion in
Yeah.
this.
I've said this before, but if Portugal and Canada both get knocked out and I have no more teams or players or agendas to push for, then I want Brazil to win. I would love to see that happen.
Let's do Brazil,
Morocco,
Scotland.
Scotland.
A little word on Haiti, who won a 4-0 friendly the other day. I think I saw.
Oh,
Yeah, very
Against-
surprising team. I don't know against who right now.
Hey, just watch out for Scotland though. Watch out for Scotland, bro. As a best third place team, if they can beat Haiti, we're good.
Look,
I agree.
it really comes down to with these third place teams. I think all you need is 3 points, specifically in these kinds of groups. We need 3 points and we need to beat Haiti like 4-0.
Who is it again? Is it the top
I believe it's a
Top
top
half?
8 out of 12.
8 out of 12.
8 out of 12? So it's pretty
Yeah.
solid.
So there's going to be some teams there that have 2 draws out of 3, or only get 1 point.
Right.
So I think those will be the ones that get eliminated.
if you get 3,
and
you should
I
be
think
okay.
if you get 3, you'll be fine. I think.
Like Portugal in 2016.
Yep, that's right. The first tournament they introduced it for. God, we scammed our way to a win. That
Oh,
year.
you did.
Yeah.
I think 0 wins in 90 minutes the entire tournament. Was it?
Actually, wait.
That's true.
I guess I'm French, right? Remember
Or
we had
no,
this
no.
conversation?
Hey, one
win
One
against-
win against Wales.
Wow.
Because I was
semifinals of the
yeah.
Euros.
I was kind of pissed off when they won.
When who
Remember the
won?
1/8 French thing? Were you talking
Yeah.
about that?
When who won?
Oh wow! But then you were really happy in 2018, I bet.
I was.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blake.
I got you.
Good. Group D.
We move. This is
for me one of the most interesting groups.
It's interesting, all right. It's interesting.
Lads, I'm so ready for a US flop. I'm
know.
so ready for it.
I
bro.
know, and I know you're gonna hate me for saying this, Blake, but I'm so torn on if I want them to do well or not because of the impact on the sport on the continent. But I also do not like that nation at all.
Yeah, the hater in me is just saying. The hater in me is also just looking at the quality on the pitch, similar to what you said about Mexico. With ever since they got in Pochettino, it's been bad.
Yep.
Like it's not been good. The football hasn't been good. The narrative around the team hasn't been good. Yes, they have the home field, I guess you want to call it, but there's a lot of question marks surrounding this USA team,
Yep.
and they're not just going to go away when they start playing in this group. So it's going to be tough for them.
This group is for me the group of dark horses. I see, let me give a little asterisk there. I see every team here being a dark horse in the tournament if they succeed out of this group,
Yeah.
apart from Paraguay, just because they just lost Enciso,
I know, which sucks.
which absolutely sucks for them. If Enciso's on that Paraguay team, I think they can. They have pieces that can have a little
Miguel
fairy tale
Almiron.
story,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
like
yeah.
a round of 16 quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Think the
for
US
sure.
have
Possibly.
that? Have
I
that
think
in
the
their
US
bag?
have that because they're at home, and you can talk about the fact that they have no fans, but there will
definitely-
still be support.
Definitely the deepest and the best on paper US team that we've ever seen.
Yeah,
I think so.
Turkey is emerging as a favorite dark horse to some people.
Yeah,
Yep.
Turkey's always frustrating to play.
Yeah.
Like they always put up. a
But
good
lads,
fight.
I'm looking at this Australia team, and I'm excited.
who in specifically?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I'm looking at this Australia team, and I look at a team that is experienced in World Cups, that know what it's like to play in World Cups, and right now, in my opinion, they have one of the most exciting link ups up top
Yep.
in Nestori Irankunda
Yep.
and Mohamed Traore.
Yes.
If you don't know, Nestori Irankunda signed for Bayern as this super wonder kid, right? Went to Watford and apparently, or visibly, has been very good for Watford, a very
Yep.
good piece to their
Yep.
championship runs, right? And Mohamed Traore was signed from a French team, I believe, to Norwich
Yep.
in the winter and has played 11 games since, scored 9 goals, assisted 3. That link up can seriously do damage because teams won't be expecting it. And in this group where defenses aren't as solid, I think they can prove that they can play at this stage and they will be there.
Yeah.
I believe that they will win.
I believe. Also, Nesri Rankunda has a free kick on him and a half.
Does he now?
I'm willing to put some money down that he scores a free kick in this World Cup.
They also have a Jordan Boss, I think is his name, in defense. He's a young defender coming through for them.
Yeah.
I think he plays for Feyenoord. Yeah, Feyenoord.
And I think they still have pieces in there like, is Jedinak still on there?
I don't see Yenak on here, but they have Cameron Burgess.
Yeah.
They have the midfielder.
They have Irvin still.
Christian Volpato.
Yeah.
Just chose Australia in this past year over Italy. I feel like they have a few pieces that could really shock. This is very
Oh,
similar.
Jackson Irvin.
This is
Yeah.
Jackson Irvine will be playing in his last World Cup as well. They have a couple of pieces that I think work as a unit, and then as well, they just always have this underdog mentality. Australia, like this is what happened at the last World Cup. Everybody doubted Australia, but they shocked everybody in that
and
group,
if we
and they tested Argentina.
That's what I was going to say. If
all
you
the
remember,
way.
the reason Argentina won that game is because of a last-minute Lisandro Martinez tackle on an Australian player
Yeah.
and a very last-minute save by Emi Martinez after a long shot, I believe
Yeah.
it was. Like they can test nations, and in a
I'm
group
really
like this,
excited for this
In a
team.
group like this, I don't think it's a shock if you put them first. I don't think it's a shock if you put them second.
Yeah, genuinely.
It's,
like
well,
I'm
Matt-
so like US could finish first. They could finish third. Like I don't know. It's so close. Like who wins with the US versus Australia? I think it. I don't know.
Degenek is the player I was looking. Milos Degenek. He's been there for about 3 World Cups, I feel like. I always say
Australia?
his name. Australia. And
Yes.
Matthew Ryan is still their goalkeeper.
Matt Ryan.
All these pieces that have
Arsenal
played in World
legend.
Cups before. I'm telling you, man. They could do something.
I like it.
I
bro.
seriously think they
I
can
like
do
it.
something.
Watch out for Lucas Harrington, 18-year-old from the Colorado Rapids. He is apparently another wonder kid coming through for Australia. Plays
Nice.
in the midfield. He's counted the likes of Lionel Messi, Rodrigo De Paul, Thomas Muller, and Heung-min Son as his opponents. Well, no shit he has.
What site is this? The Guardian?
The Guardian has a wonderful full World Cup
This looks
preview
really good.
with a profile on every single
Shout out the
player. in
Guardian.
the World
Wow.
Cup. It's actually
Shout out,
crazy.
shout out AI for writing those. Not
No,
kidding.
no,
I
no.
don't think so.
You don't think?
No, it's not because they credited a writer.
Oh,
here.
good.
Yeah, profiles written by Joey Lynch, Joe Kahn, Martin Pegan, and Mike
All right.
Heitner.
All right.
Nice.
Shout
Okay,
out.
I'm putting USA third. That's all I
think so
want.
too.
That's all I want.
For
As long
me,
as
it's
USA
between
gets hated
Turkey
on,
and Australia, 1 and 2.
I'm okay.
There's a
with
lot of pressure on this U.S. team, and I still think there's maybe a little bit of attitude issues too from a lot of that core team that strike them in Qatar. Might be a little bit of a disappointing situation.
Do we
I feel
put
like.
Australia first?
that. Sure. Let's do it.
I feel like Turkey still might.
I don't know. I think the Socceroos can prove a
The
lot of people wrong.
Socceroos could beat Turkey.
I'm in for the Aussie.
Let's do it,
Let's
lads.
do it.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
Australia first.
Turkey second.
USA
US
third.
And a thought for Paraguay, who I would have put higher if Enciso was
Flowers
on
to
the team.
Paraguay.
Shut up, bro.
And CISO get better.
Group E, another great group.
Wow.
Another
what a
fantastic group.
What a group. I was so torn making this group. Germany could finish first. They could finish third.
Yep.
I don't know. It's been 2 World Cups in a row where Germany has been supremely underwhelming in the groups.
Yeah,
of the
they're
World
like
Cup.
Germany are like the Italy, but they actually like make the World Cup.
It's been 2 years on the bounce that they have been eliminated in the group stage, right?
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
I think this changes
Right.
this year. I see them finishing first of this group, and I see them having a good World Cup.
Yeah, well, there's zero chance that they don't make it through this.
Yeah, there's no
group
chance.
Yeah,
because
they need
third
to.
place, etc. That kind of eliminates some of the excitement, but that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
You know, I think what had plagued Germany too was actually kind of going through a systematic change as well. Like from the 2014 team.
Yeah.
The team didn't change a lot and then it got older.
older, yeah.
And then
a
you were
great
going
point.
through a system that
a great point.
didn't fit the players now. There's a bunch of influx of young talent. I think it's just a completely different,
For sure.
different vibe surrounding that team this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And you look at what they did in the Euro 2024. I think they were very unlucky to go out to Spain because of that Cucurella handball.
Yep.
yeah.
They could have very
Yeah,
well gone.
but a big part of that team was Tony Cruz, and
Yeah,
he's no longer
Sure.
here.
A big part of that team was also Florent Wirtz and Musiala.
Yeah, and Kai
they're still
Havertz,
here.
and then they're not really.
And I think their defense has overall gotten a little bit better. Maybe not the left backs, but the center backs, in my opinion, have gone better. Jonathan
Yeah.
Tah, Nico
Yep.
Schlotterbeck,
Yeah.
for me, have gone better from
I
2024.
I think it's not being talked about enough how much of a loss Leonard Carl is to this team.
You think so?
Because a couple of months ago, they were talking about him like he is absolutely necessary to be playing for Germany. And I've been watching their last couple of friendlies, and he was so good in bringing the ball forward and creating chances for others. He was so good. I think him missing on this World Cup has costed them such an X factor in that midfield. And it worries me because so many of their attacking talent that they're going to be relying on has undergone such underwhelming seasons for their team. Sorry, I can't speak right now. Florian Wirtz, very underwhelming this year.
But always been good for
Nick
Germany.
Voltemata, very underwhelming this year. Even Kai Havertz has been on and off. After that, you're looking at Dennis Undav, you're looking at Leroy Sané to lead the line. You're looking at Jamal Musiala, who's been coming off of a major injury this past season.
Yeah, the thing with Havertz has kind of always been that player, and he kind of always does a job
For Germany.
for Germany. But he's always been that player. The defense, like I assume Goretzka is going to start now. Maybe, I don't even know.
No, I think it's Pavlovic.
There's some
Kimmich.
very weird vibes with Nagelsmann as well as that Germany coach.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of blowback about his reliance on Goretzka in a lot of these games.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's been getting a lot of heat from the German fans. So maybe you never know. You never know. Like I see a world where they do finish third, but also because of the talent that they're up against.
I think I'm
Ivory
smelling
Coast.
a Manuel Neuer mistake in one of these games.
Maybe.
I'm smelling
The
it.
man's getting up there. The other two in this group are just amazing. Like
Yeah.
I'm very high on both
of these teams, yeah.
of these teams to be dark horse contenders.
For sure.
With Ivory Coast, it's going to be so exciting to watch them. They're going to be one of the most exciting teams to watch in the entire World Cup. They might give up 3 goals. They might score 4.
That's the thing, yeah.
That front three of Diomande, Amad Diallo, and whoever they want to put as striker, because then they also have so many good wingers, but it's that true number 9 that they're missing. But I think the goals will still come. It's a similar situation to Spain on a less intense level, where it's maybe you don't have that number 9.
No flag putting Ahmad in there? No flag?
No, that's where he plays.
That's where he plays. and he
No,
starts.
I know, but it's Ahmad.
Oh, well, for Ivory Coast, he's been.
He had an awful season. You
He had an
brought that
awful
up for the
season.
German
His
players.
He was
AFCON,
underwhelming
his
this
AFCON
year.
was good.
But he had a good.
I'm just saying you brought up an awful season. You said the Germans had a bad season, so I'm just
I
bringing
think it
up
was
the
a
fact that
different
Ahmad-
level. Ahmad hasn't been all that bad.
Okay, fair.
No. So there's a lot of upside to this Ivory Coast team. There's a world where Diomande doubles his already supremely high price tag that Liverpool has to pay or somebody has to pay. There is a world where Amad Diallo does put on a show. There's a world where it's not even those two, where it is like a that lad that plays for Sunderland. Oh my God, fill me in, please.
Sorry.
Played in Liga, came to Sunderland.
Ivory
Ivory
Coast?
Coast winger, yes.
Adingra?
Simon Adingra. It's a world where it's Simon Adingra instead.
Yeah.
Franck Kessié is in that midfield as well. They have a lot of pieces that I feel like could impress in this World Cup. And if they work as a unit, they can cause some serious problems to the likes
I think so too.
of Germany and Ecuador and etc.
And I think the defense is very underrated as well. Gela Due, who's Due's brother, or Desiree Due's brother, is one of
Really?
the most one of the most underrated players in Liga in my opinion. I think he doesn't really get the credit he deserves. And then you have Wilfred Singo in defense, and Agbadou, who played for Wolves,
Yeah.
who is still a solid piece. That's a Premier League player right there. Seko Fofana as well. I don't know if you mentioned in the midfield.
Yes, of course, Ibrahim Sangar.
For sure.
As well.
I look at their friendly against France. Their second half was very, very, very good, and I thought they deserved to win, and they won. This team has not a lot to envy from a lot of big teams.
They have a very high.
I don't think they're the best African team. I think they're amongst the best. I still think there's a gap between Morocco, Senegal, and then Ivory Coast. But I believe they can absolutely finish first in this group. And then you have Ecuador on the other hand, who didn't concede a goal in the qualifiers. Is that what it was?
Something
or conceded
like that,
one
yeah.
goal?
Yeah,
Or no, one loss. it was.
Yeah. You're right. I think so.
Yeah.
The problem with them is that they're so good defensively. Their midfield is spectacular. That attack.
I don't know, Julian. Like you look, obviously, Enner Valencia's 36, right? But Enner Valencia is a World Cup player. You think of players, and you can only think of them in a World Cup setting. Enner Valencia is one of those players,
Plata, man.
and Enner Valencia is one of those players. In 2022, no one thought Enner Valencia would have done shit.
They have guys. They have guys at club level who you wouldn't think much of, but playing for their country could be completely different. And absolutely could. Kendry Paish as well.
Yeah.
Chelsea prodigy, wasn't really doing that well for Strasbourg, didn't make it into the Chelsea team, went over to South America where apparently his career is over there as well. But for his country, it could be different. I don't know. John Yeboah could show up. Gonzalo Plata, like you said, Blake, like he could be a problem. I don't know. There are these pieces here that, if given a chance, could impress on the world stage.
Yeah.
They'll get a lot of chances. What they'll do with them, we have to see.
What do you think like these teams like this are happiest about if they had to pick one deficiency in their squad? The
think
defense, the midfield, or the attack?
Yeah, I think for me it's attack, and especially in knockout style tournaments.
Yeah.
The defense is really, for me, one of the most important factors. I'd rather have a team that is defensively solid than a team that is free flowing in attack. That's just me.
That's fair.
I would much rather a Pacho Hincapié or Donez than a more attacking scheme with less adept defensive players.
Yeah.
I think Ecuador can do very good things.
Now,
And
how
Pacho
are
will prove he's the best center back in the world.
How are we doing this group, guys?
This group is tough. I think we do Germany first.
I have Germany first. I have
Yeah, that's
Ivory
fine.
Coast second, actually. And I have Ecuador third because I feel like they'll struggle to score goals. However, they can cause a big upset in like a round of 16 or something.
Yeah. I would lean Ecuador too, but
This Ecuador Ivory Coast game is going to be generational.
it's good. See, that's a fun game.
This
That's
is
a fun game.
Attack versus defense. It's
Yeah.
I
We
will
could do
be-
Ivory Coast.
I will be in Boston for that one.
Are you going to that one?
Not in game, but like not in the
Am I
stadium.
there? No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's do Ivory Coast.
Sure.
Let's do Ivory Coast second. Let's do
Ecuador third and
poor
Curacao. Shout
man.
out to Curacao.
Poor Curacao, man. They're going to enjoy every second of it.
Yeah.
But
Are you sure
yeah,
Jovan Cabral's not from Curacao?
What's that?
Jovan Cabral's not from Curacao.
It's Colombian, no?
No.
Cabral. No, he plays for Cape Verde, dude.
Oh, Cape Verde. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Yeah. It's easy to get them confused. It is.
Group
Okay,
F?
Group F now. Japan, Netherlands, Sweden, Tunisia. Blake, take this one away.
It's my second team, bro. It's my second team.
Is it?
Sweden.
Sweden, right. Fuck's
Sweden.
sake.
I genuinely, if Alexander Isak has an impact on this team, I think this team can go very, very far. And that's very obvious to say because obviously he's like their best player. But it's been a really tough season for him. But Sweden kind of have the problem of the exact opposite of Ecuador, like we were just talking about. They have the attacking talent. They really do. They can outscore, if all things go right, a lot of other teams. But the rest of the squad is lacking. So that's what scares me for this team. And that's what I'm concerned about them going into a knockout style round, a round of 16, going into the round of 32. It might be hard for them to keep up.
I think, they're third in this group for me. I think their midfield and defense is very limited compared to what they have in attack.
Yeah. Yep.
They got pumped 3-1 by Norway
Yep.
in a friendly just a couple days ago.
Look, they
I don't know.
they did well to make it through the qualifying playoff, but the reason they were in that qualifying playoff was because they got 2 points from 18
Yeah.
in their main qualifying phase.
Yeah.
So yes, they have some good attacking talent up front. I can name other countries who have, a really good striker or a really good couple of strikers that are not looking good in the rest of the team and overall underperform.
That's fair.
There is some good players in that midfield of Sweden as well. You're obviously looking at Lucas Bergvall as well. I want to shout out Ayari as well, who is someone that I feel like
Yeah.
could make an impact. And then as well, there was someone else that I heard about that I feel like could make a big impact, and that was Kallstrom as well. I was reading an article today from The Guardian, and he was in there as like a player to watch in that engine room for the team.
Yeah, I think Sweden should. It's hard, right? You want them to sit back and soak up pressure, but they don't have the name talent. You would trust them to do that. But if they do that, hitting them on the counter with an Alango, with an Isak, with a Gyökeres seems so viable. But will it be applicable to their squad? I don't know.
The best version of this team with Graham Potter is a really solid defense because they play three at the back, so a really blistering counterattacking system with like wingbacks that I feel like are really talented, like Daniel Svensson as well. He's a really underrated player over in the Bundesliga, and obviously the attacking talent that you have up front. So in a world, this Graham Potter system could bring Sweden to a very impressive campaign here, but it could also all go up into flames. I don't know. I feel like decent about this team. They could make some shocks in the round of 32 and round of 16 maybe, but I don't see them topping this group.
I don't either. I also don't really trust the Dutch though. Like I'm not fully sold on the
I
Dutch
see Japan top in the group.
either. And I could
And let me tell you, Antoine, I also have
Yeah,
Japan.
I
top.
see.
Okay,
This Japanese team is a team that has kept building from the last 2 editions of the World Cup. I remember in the last World Cup, or we all remember in the last World Cup, they beat Spain and Germany.
Top that group.
Top
that
that
was
group.
the
mean-
narratives from those games.
And they
bro.
were quite unlucky to go in penalties against Croatia. I think this Japan team
Yep.
is equipped to go on a quarterfinal run.
Yeah.
Maybe even the semifinal, and I
They're-
wouldn't be surprised at it. Their style of football is one that is very enjoyable to watch. Is one that is very adept. That is very normal in today's game, and it is one that beats teams. They're not afraid to go to go at teams. They're solid in defense as well.
Yep.
They play with each other all the time. That's another factor as well. A lot of Japanese pause. A lot of Japanese players play in the same league in the same teams.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're accustomed to that. I this Japan team for me, if there's one team outside of Europe and South America to win the World Cup, the next team to win the World Cup that is outside of Europe and South America for me is going to be Japan.
Wow.
And when that is, I don't know, but I think
Over
the
Morocco, over Senegal.
Morocco, over Senegal.
Really, eh?
Whenever that is, I don't know, but the development of football over there has been immense these last
agree.
years.
Shout out the Japanese.
And it's
I
going to be
agree.
Japan for
And
me.
they play some rock and roll football,
Yeah.
pressing from the front. Their coach now has been there for 8 years. He's one of the longest serving in the entire World Cup.
Yeah.
Good.
They've had wins over the past 6 months against Brazil and against England at Wembley. Now, my main concern with them is that they're missing a couple of key pieces. Taiko Minamino is not there.
Yeah.
Mitoma is not there either.
Oh right. Yeah.
And those are some of the players that in 2022 were front and center causing upsets for Japan. But they still have a couple of pieces that really, really work for them. And also as a team, there is almost no team in the World Cup as glued together as a unit as Japan. That's why I'm really high on them. And I feel like in a World Cup, when I see teams that act like teams, that have the cohesiveness of like a club, then that really, really, really makes me back them.
That's fair.
So that's why I'm putting Japan first.
Japan first, Netherlands second, Sweden third. Tunisia is a very hard team to beat, by the way. They play very defensive football.
Yeah.
They're hard to score on, so I wouldn't be surprised if they pull a result maybe against Sweden. But in terms of quality on the pitch, I think they're the worst team in this group, and I'll put them
By
fourth.
far.
Quick thoughts on the Dutch, anybody? I just want your thoughts. For me, it seems like it's the same argument we've had about them for a couple years now.
I don't like Ronald Koeman.
That, but also like they don't have the attacking talent to keep up, in my opinion. The defense has always been there for the last couple of years, but like
Yeah, they have one of the best. In my opinion, they have one of the best defenses in the tournament. I think.
1,000%. Like fullbacks and
sure.
the center backs. Absolutely.
Underratedly, one of the best midfields in the tournament too.
I don't know. It's always the same conversation with Netherlands for me.
That's what I'm saying.
It's they can never seem to get over that hump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Group G.
Sure.
Group G. Let's do it.
This one's pretty straightforward, I think.
Yes.
Belgium, Egypt,
Oh, yeah.
Iran, New Zealand. My opinion, the group of life. I have Belgium easily topping this group.
Yeah. Not
Egypt
challenged that
second. I
much.
have this exact order, I think.
Yep.
Group H,
Yep.
also very easy to predict, I think.
What excites me about Spain is when I see countries who are made so much of players from one single club, like Barca is in the Spain team, that gives me a lot of enthusiasm about that team because it's chemistry, right? Like the Spain team has Lamine, obviously. It might have Ferran Torres up front. It will have Pedri. It will have Fermin Lopez.
They have so many Barcelona
So
players.
many Barcelona players.
And wait, and not a single Real
Fermin
Madrid
Lopez is
player, right?
injured.
Fermin Lopez is injured for this entire tournament?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
ACL, yeah. He went
But
through
and not a single
surgery.
Elball knowledge.
not a single Madrid player, right? On the Spanish squad?
Surprisingly.
No.
No, right?
No, yeah. Dino
I'm
I'm
Martinez.
surprised
Crazy.
that, yeah.
No Hoyson.
Kind of
voice.
crazy.
Kind of called it, no?
Kubarsi
Yeah.
as well, they have.
It's not crazy. Like I don't think anyone that's snubbed is undeserved. I just think that notion of Real Madrid not having a Spanish player on the national team is kind of
wild,
crazy.
Is wild. Gonzalo Garcia not getting called up shocked me a little bit, even just as a sub. If they really want to have a true number 9, that Spain team, it will be Samu, which is interesting.
Samu
But
Castillejo?
No, from Porto.
Oh my god.
Besides that, it'll either be Ferran Torres up front or it'll be Oyarzabal.
I think it'll be Oyarzabal. Or
I mean,
could be
it worked. It worked in
Oyarzabal up front?
2024.
Yeah,
it
was
worked in
Morata up top in
2024.
2024, no?
It was Morata.
but by the end it was.
By the end, it was
Oyarzabal.
Oyarzabal.
Yeah.
Or at least he was a sub coming on
Hey,
at that position.
Mikel, like not even glazing. Mikel Marino can do a job. We've seen it.
I think
As a
they'd
sub,
much
yeah.
rather have Samu there.
Oh, up top, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, full.
They don't need to do it, but like he's done it before. I'm not even
guess.
glazing. I'm
I
not
don't
even
think
glazing.
they'll go there though.
You guys were literally chatting about how he's
No,
like the
no,
best
I'm not.
finisher,
I'm
but
not.
I'm just saying.
I
Bro.
don't
I don't
Go
know
there.
about. I don't know about that for Spain in a World Cup.
I'm just saying, bro.
Okay.
All right.
Shall we go Group I?
Group I.
Okay.
What a group.
What a group.
What a
What
group.
a group. If there's a group of death, this is the group of death. 100%. France, Senegal, Norway, Iraq. First thing I'm going to say, I don't know what the day is, but New York might burn down one day, like this World Cup, because on the same day, it is
Knicks.
game 6 of the NBA Finals where the Knicks might that day win the NBA championship. And it will be, I believe, France, Senegal at MetLife. And it lines up perfectly for when the World Cup fans will be arriving back from MetLife just as the Knicks are about to kick off their game.
Hey, they're up 2-0, bro. So they could be done before then.
Hey, yeah, it could be a sweep, could be over in 5, you never know. But I don't know, I feel like that series is going to be close. I never thought it'd just be a 4 or 5 game series, right?
I don't think so, but you go up 2-0, you got expectations.
Yeah, for sure. If
Especially
it goes
away.
3-0, then whew,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, there you go.
I think France wins this group.
Yeah, I'd hope that. Yeah, I think so as well.
So what are the vibes going in for France?
well, the biggest thing for
Because
me is sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
Didier
because what?
Deschamps' last World Cup. How are the vibes there
DDA,
with
man.
him? Because
DDA.
Didier Deschamps, I was gonna say that's the biggest thing for me is
Yeah.
is he going to be able to pick the best 11 from this team that is star-studded from top to bottom? And I look at his lineup against Côte d'Ivoire, which obviously is just a friendly, and I see Marcus Thuram at the left wing because that enables Mbappe to play up top because we know that he doesn't press as much, doesn't run as much as the rest of the team, and that worries me because why would he put a Marcus Thuram on the left, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Dembele is going to be back. Doué is going to be back, in which they weren't available for this game, or at least
Right.
not starting because they had just finished partying from winning the Champions League. But little wink at Blake there. But yeah, I don't know. I think this team is best if Mbappe is on the left, and I've said this a lot. I think if Didier Deschamps lets Dembele play his sort of false nine role that he does at PSG and gives him the freedom to drop back into the midfield, make those runs in behind, really just play as a free striker, let him do whatever he wants, and then Mbappe on the left can take his man on, can run in behind as well, which is what he is best at. I think that's the best thing for France. I think Mbappe needs to be as least available in the build-up as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to be as least involved in passing the ball around the box as possible. He needs to be that guy that runs behind defenders and
Yeah.
is clinical in front of the net. I think he wants to be too involved nowadays. And I seen him against Côte d'Ivoire where he's trying to,
Like
do
in
the
the
link-up
build-up?
play.
Yeah.
We have Cherki for that. We have Olise for that. We have Dembele, Doué for that. Those are the creative players. Mbappe just needs to be that guy that in an instant can flip a game on its head.
Yeah. If things aren't working out after 2 or 3 games, is there any possibility that Mbappe gets replaced in that team?
No chance. No chance because of the name, because of what he's done in the World Cups. He won't accept that, and I don't think Didier Deschamps will be man enough to do that, even if it is revealed that he is the problem in that team.
I also don't think that'll happen.
Yeah, I don't think
it'll get to that
No.
point.
No,
like
I'm not saying it will,
I expect Mbappe to have another fantastic tournament, and then Real Madrid has been weird for him the past couple of years. But where does he rank?
Yeah,
Let's say
World Cup players of all time. If Mbappe has another great tournament, he's won. He's
like
won.
even if they get to semifinals, he scores like 7 goals. Like
He's won.
He's the best.
He's the best
Yeah,
World Cup player
it's
of all
crazy.
time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best because Pele won more, but
No, he was playing.
One,
he was
two.
literally playing against farmers. Like,
Yeah, but-
yeah.
1 and 2. Still legacy.
I guess he wasn't playing against farmers, but sometimes he was.
He's a part of the greatest team of all time, some say.
Yeah.
Who?
Pele. 1970 Brazil.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
We have a lot of knowledge on that team.
We
The
do.
three of
Yeah.
us.
Garincha.
no,
Was he not?
I don't think so.
Okay, there you go.
Was he?
I don't know.
No,
Carlos Alberto.
It was Jairzinho.
Nope.
Carlos Alberto.
Jay-Zinho?
Jay-Zinho!
Jairzinho scored in every
Shout out to my
single
culture, bro.
scored in every single phase of the tournament. That tournament, I think.
Nice.
How is this off the dome?
Yo, Big J did that? That's crazy.
Big
How
J.
is that off the dome?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's yeah.
But hey, in the World Cup, he wasn't playing against Farmers for Santos.
Yeah, I guess
for
he wasn't.
Santos for New York. I don't know. But
Debatable.
anyways,
Senegal is a team who it's the opening game for France in this tournament.
It's a tough one.
I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in a draw or a loss
Yeah,
for France. I
it's a
seriously
tough
wouldn't. I
one.
don't think Senegal. Once again, I've said this a lot with African teams, but they don't have much to envy from the European teams.
yep.
AFCON champions by
They don't have
by
much
merit.
what, sorry?
To envy from
Oh,
the big
to envy,
from
okay.
the big European teams.
Yeah.
They're AFCON champions by merit, not by title, but by merit. And they play good football. They have great pieces. Their coach is a good coach that has brought them to far stages of knockout tournaments.
100%.
Yeah.
Look, man, I think this Senegal team can do very good things. And on the back and right behind that, they have Norway.
I'm excited. I'm
really
excited
for
to.
that.
In terms of star power, there's not many bigger names.
Yeah,
than Norway.
I want to see Holland in a World Cup. I'm not excited to see what they do. I'm not expecting a lot of things. I just want to see how Holland does at the World Cup, because let's remember here, Holland, despite scoring a lot of goals in the Premier League, has had a really negative second half of the season. It hasn't been good. It really hasn't. He went like 10 games without scoring. It hasn't been Holland-like. It hasn't. But can he elevate himself? Can he get more involved in the play? Does he have that finishing ability like he does at Manchester City? Probably. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see what he does in this scenario. We've never seen it.
They just had a friendly against Sweden
3-1.
without Holland.
Yeah.
3-1. They looked fantastic.
They did.
They looked fantastic.
I don't know. I think France and Senegal are the two. It's France, Senegal, and then a little bit below them is Norway, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
And Iraq, who just pulled off a draw against Spain in a friendly.
No
Let's
way.
not forget.
Oh, yeah, true.
1-1.
Did they?
Yeah.
But it was a
Maybe he
rotate.
could do something, but I would doubt it.
Medi, bro. Medi.
We're doing France, Senegal, Norway, Iraq?
Yeah.
Do it.
Let's do it. Group J, Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I think Argentina is such a weird one. Like, they really are, because I could see them going back to back. I really could, or I could see them having a disappointing tournament.
I'm on the first end of that.
You think so?
of that
Back to
argument.
back?
I think Argentina might go back to back in this World
Really?
Cup.
I think it's
I think
possible.
so. I think it's very
possible.
possible. I think their team in 2026 is better than their team was in 2022.
You think so?
The only thing that might stop them, in my opinion, from going back to back is their hunger. I think they might be. I don't think they'll be as hungry to win the World Cup because one, they've already done it, and two, some of them almost did it for Messi because they felt like
Yeah,
they
it
had
was
to.
like
Do you know what I mean? Like at some point when you achieve those high those trophies, right?
Yeah.
You kind of like the same level of hunger isn't there.
You take a step back. 100%.
Exactly.
I understand.
Yeah.
100%.
That's why I'm pretty low on them, to be honest.
Like you look at
I
Spain
think
in 2014 after going World Cup, Euros. Sorry,
Euros,
World Cup, Euros. In 2014, they absolutely
made-
flopped
yeah.
because it seemed
Yep.
like their hunger wasn't there.
My thing is Messi as a leader, do you think he's going to allow that? I don't think
I don't think so. But it's a similar thing. Argentina just went Copa America, World Cup, Copa America. They can go World Cup on top of that. Like that's insane.
That you want to talk
That'd be-
about dynasty, bro.
That'd be insane.
I think they would be
But
one
then
of
you
the.
want to talk about fatigue as well, and that's also there too.
And Messi's not young.
What sucks now is these when it hit Spain, for example, in 2014, or when it hit Germany in 2018, if you have one or two bad games, then you're out. That's over.
Yeah.
But if Argentina lose their first two games, they just need to beat Jordan, and they're probably into the round of 32 still, and then maybe by then they pick it up and they can go on the run. You know, that's what low-key sucks about this new World Cup format.
That's a good point, lad.
It eliminates a lot of the stakes in the group stage. I'm gonna touch on another team in this group that I am high on. I'm actually kind of high on two other teams in this group.
Algeria.
But just like in 2024, I am very high on Ralph Rangnick's Austria.
That does not surprise me out of you.
Yeah. Oh my. Wait, didn't they flop at that World Cup
did.
too? Yeah.
At the
Or did
World
they
Cup?
not?
No, you know,
the
2024,
Euros.
I think
Sorry,
they made
went
the
to
quarterfinals. They made the
They made the
quarterfinals.
quarterfinals. Lost to round of 16. Lost to Turkey, I think. If my
Okay,
memory serves me
so-
correct.
Oh, true. That was another one of my dark horses. Was Turkey.
Yeah,
So it's kind of a, you know, it was one of them was going to lose situation.
All right.
Okay, so talk to me about Ralph, dude.
It's the system thing with Austria as well. It's almost like that whole team has come through the RB Salzburg system, and a lot of them play in Austria, and a lot of them share the common identity of that rock and roll, high pressing, high tempo football. And in a World Cup against a lot of these teams coming abroad here, playing in conditions that will test a lot of these players physically, a team that relies on physicality a lot, like Austria, might thrive here. That is why I'm high on them.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
High on them could just mean second, but
That's still
fine.
positive, though.
Yeah, and it's very possible.
That's good.
I have Argentina first in this group, then Austria, then Algeria as well, who
Algeria
I feel like
is
is
one of
looking
my dark
really good
horses in
too.
this tournament. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Algeria would be
also
excellent.
not surprised to hear that from you.
Why is that?
I feel like you like a lot of Algerian players.
Yeah.
You do. No, he does though. He does.
Like,
Well, like Cherokee was Algerian. He
He is.
Oh, he's Algerian, but he doesn't
Algerian.
play for the national team.
Right.
Like a lot of the Ligue 1 players have like Algerian roots.
Yeah, no, I think Algeria. Well, in the last AFCON, I thought they did okay. They did well, and I think they have. First of all, against Austria, they have vengeance to
But why?
because I remember talking about it on the last World Cup pod we did. In 1982,
Wait.
Austria fixed a game with West Germany
oh,
that,
I remember
that
this.
eliminated.
Were we
this
doing
song.
videos for the World Cup? For the
do you
last
mean?
World Cup? No,
Not for the
No,
last
it
World
was
Cup. No, this was
the
after
group
the draw.
preview after the draw.
that we talked about.
I
this.
see.
But yeah,
Okay.
Austria in 1982 fixed a game with West Germany to eliminate Algeria out of the group stages. Basically, it was the last games of the group stages weren't played at the same time back in the day, and so so Austria and West Germany just needed 1 point or
Yep.
something like that.
Yeah.
And so the game ended 1-0 or something like that, and they just kept passing the ball around for 90 minutes. Fans were booing at them. So Algeria have that revenge to do. And I think against Argentina in the first game of the World Cup to set the tone, I think they might be able to push Argentina a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to beat them, but they have a team that's good enough to push these teams, in my opinion.
Nabil Bentaleb, you know.
Yeah.
I've heard things about the 20-year-old Ibrahim Maza. He will be
Yes.
a midfielder, kind of attacking midfielder for
Yeah.
Algeria. And
Is this the
appar-
same The Guardian article?
Yeah, it is the Guardian
Nice.
article.
What
Yeah.
club?
Yeah.
For Mr. Maza?
He plays for Bayer Leverkusen.
04.
04. Shout out.
04.
Bayer 04. Bayer Leverkusen 04.
Oh, I thought you meant like he is an
No,
04.
no.
Okay,
Sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
From a lot of
You got
people
me.
from Algeria, it's always like the one player that you need to watch. It is Ibrahim Maza. He might have like a James Rodriguez situation here. I don't know.
Wow. Big claim.
It is a big claim.
Better than Bruno.
So we're going Argentina 1,
Yeah.
and then what pick do you want here?
I'm.
I feel like I sold Austria pretty well, guys. I feel like
But-
you guys were looking at each other like you're about to make fun of whatever I said, and then I said what I said, and you guys
Well,
just
you know
looked
what?
down
I was
like,
waiting
yeah.
Well, no,
I was
it's an
waiting
obvious
for-
conversation with Austria, in my opinion. The conversation with Ralph Ragnick joining in 2024 was always that he wouldn't have time to instill this quote unquote play style on this Austrian team because we know that club football and national team football are very different in terms of playing style. Now he has more time. He's had more time with the Austrian national team. Now we can actually start having these conversations of them pressing and them playing like the Red Bull school. And so he's had time with Austria. So yeah, sure. I can put Austria second if you want.
Sure.
Yeah,
Alright.
sure.
Very well. But Algeria tests. both of
Algeria
these
second, I
teams.
wouldn't be surprised.
It's kind of waiting
Yeah.
for Antoine to.
Hey, let's not forget Algeria Argentina in 2014 took them all the way to I believe it was extra time or it was a last minute Lionel Messi winner. That
In group stages, I had to be
in the
because
group stages?
Algeria lost to Germany.
I do remember that.
It's Germany,
Yes.
I think you're talking about.
No,
They
it
brought
was
Germany in 2014 to extra time. in the
that
round of
as well.
16.
And in the group stage, I believe they played Argentina, where it was a Lionel Messi last minute winner that won them that game.
Yeah.
Performed very, very well at that World Cup Algeria, and I don't believe they've been back since. I could be wrong there, but anyways, let's move
they
on to
haven't,
Group
you're right.
K.
Okay, Julian, talk to me.
Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and the Congo. This is a very, very, very straightforward group. It's almost irrelevant whether Portugal or Colombia win this. It's going to be 6 points against Uzbekistan and Congo, and it's going to be whoever wins that game. I don't think whoever wins that game between Portugal and Colombia is going to be representative of who is the better team, who's going to go on a run. I just think that it's a bit of a coin flip as to who wins that game because Colombia is very dangerous,
Yep,
guys. Did
Colombia
they
on
win
my-
CONMEBOL qualifying, or did they come second to Argentina? I know they were very impressive.
They might
Very
have.
impressive.
I'm not sure. I don't have it on the top of my head. Colombia for me are my top pick of dark horses, which is a pretty popular dark horse team. But Colombia for me have a quarterfinal run in them and maybe even a semifinal run in them. I seriously think
that
so.
far,
and I
eh?
wouldn't be surprised
Fair
if they finish top of this group. One thing that sets them apart from Portugal is the fact that their fans travel extremely well.
Colombia?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember the Copa America, but apparently the scenes, the Colombian fans were outrageous over there against Argentina in the final
Nice.
and in previous stages. Yeah, I think they can seriously have a 12th man at this World Cup, given the fact that Colombia is closer to America than Portugal is. And their players are very, very, very good. You talk about Luis Diaz in there. There's a bunch of players that are proven on the European stage that play on this team.
Yeah. The thing with Portugal is, well, I think I'm pretty high on them. They are, I believe, the seventh favorite for the World Cup, and that does surprise me. It does surprise me. I'm extremely high on this team, mostly because of the midfield. It's the same thing we were talking about with Spain. I think a midfield chemistry of Vitinha and João Neves, just like how it did in the Nations League last year, is going to take Portugal to new heights that this team has never seen. We won the Euros in 2016 with João Moutinho in our midfield,
Good player.
with William Carvalho in our midfield. Those are great little players on their day. Do not get me wrong. I love them to death. But we are talking different levels here with the players that we're going to employ in midfield for this tournament as well.
I agree. However, the one thing for me is your coach.
Roberto Martinez.
Roberto Martinez, who is a coach that not ruined, but was unable to capitalize off of Belgium's glory years, the greatest Belgium squad we've ever seen in the world.
That is also my worry.
Belgium going into that World Cup were first in FIFA rankings, and they failed to win. I think even though they reached the semifinals, in my opinion, I still look at that World Cup as a small failure because if
It was trophy or bust.
I think they genuinely could have won that World Cup,
Yep.
and I think Portugal can genuinely. It's a very similar situation. Portugal can genuinely win this World Cup.
Yep.
And I'm not sure that going into this World Cup, João Neves is going to be in that midfield.
You don't think so?
The fact that, because Roberto Martinez apparently loves to play João Neves at the right back position.
I don't know. I'm going to be upset if.
I think a lot of people have the right to be upset if that happens.
But he was playing right back for us last summer as well, I believe, and it did clearly we were fine. We are fine.
I don't think no. I think no. I think you have João Cancelo and you have Nuno Mendes. You don't fuck around. You play Vitinha and João Neves, and then Bruno Fernandes as a main
Also,
playmaker.
I'm not trying to be this guy, but how much of the Nations League are you really holding?
Every team was going pedal to the metal to
were.
win that Nations League.
All right, fair.
They were.
Fair.
And on our route to winning that trophy, you can call it what you want, but we beat Germany for the first time in what was 25 years. And then we beat Spain, who had our number for so many years before that as well. Spain, who was a year after winning the Euros, a year before this World Cup, where they're one of the favorites, and still somehow I feel like we're not being given the respect that I think we deserve.
Okay, fair.
So I'm very high on this Portugal team. It's the best Portugal team ever on paper.
Yeah.
Obviously, the striker situation worries me. It worried me in 2022. It's
4 years later.
4 years later, 3.5
So
years later,
dumb.
we are still having this conversation. I cannot believe it.
I'm not as worried as before.
The only difference is now that Gonzalo Ramos is no longer the highly touted wonder kid that he was in 2022. Now he is a PSG flop, and his stocks are
He's
not
not a
nearly as
PSG
high.
flop at all.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He's a 2-time Champions League winner with PSG.
Victor Gyökeres is a Premier League champion.
Yeah.
Your point?
My point is that he's come off the bench for PSG on numerous occasions and been the difference maker.
Okay. Has he hit the potential that he had in 2022?
No. But he also hasn't been given the chance to hit that
Okay,
potential.
so he's a slight flop because of playing time and
Because
extenuating
of price tag,
circumstances.
sure. I can hear out the price tag.
He might still be a better striker than Cristiano Ronaldo in 2026.
No, I don't think so.
If Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal win this World Cup, do you hold a
I'm not
debate
having
with
this
him in the
conversation.
GOAT
I'm not having this
conversation?
conversation.
Why?
I'm not having this conversation right now.
Because there's
hold off
because
on
I
this
know what you're
conversation?
trying to clip right now is that I'm going to say something and then you're going to yell at me.
I
no matter
want
what
your
I say.
genuine answer, yes or no.
I'm saying if he contributes to a World Cup win, we can have the conversation, but it is pointless having the conversation until that happens, which it probably won't. If we get to that moment, let's have that talk in 5 weeks' time. Thank you very much.
I mean, it wouldn't really be a conversation.
What's this ranking here?
Portugal first.
Sure.
Colombia second.
Sure.
I think
Uzbekistan or Congo?
Congo 3, I think.
Uzbekistan, Kushyanov, no?
Who else?
No, I'm saying is that
Shamordov?
Shamardur.
Oh, wow, bro.
Shamardarov.
No, he's I
But
don't know where
Kushyanov is
he plays.
Uzbekistan, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
I think he might be
Shama-
Bundesliga, that guy, but he has
Shamadurov? Is that
Muradov.
okay?
or Eredivisie, one of the two. He
one
has
of
like 20 goals.
I
a
think he was in
season.
the Bundesliga, no?
I don't know what it was, but that's the other Uzbek
Okay.
I know.
Give me Congo, bro.
Congo.
Johan
Let's do
Vissa.
Group L, England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. I don't see many people talking about England, and that might go in their favor.
I'm very high on England.
I'm
I'm very, very, very high on England. I've given it some thought, lads, and I'm actually very impressed with Thomas Tuchel's England selection.
I said this the other day.
No, I know we both said it the other day, and we were both on like I agree
Okay.
with the thinking of it.
Okay.
But now I'm even more on board after a little bit more research I've done into England and everything that they're doing. They're building out an entire camp that is like temperature set. A couple players went in early. They brought along a bunch of players that didn't end up making the cut or that weren't going to make the cut, but a bunch of these young players who are going to bring something to the camp. They arrived to the U.S. early, acclimatizing to the temperature. They're bringing in like psychologists and everything. And Thomas Tuchel is out there talking about like, we want to build a team and have and not hit the same curses of the past years of England, but even like the Jared Scholes Lampard days where it was just fit as much talent into an 11 as possible and don't worry about tactics. This is the complete opposite approach that I think might have a very good return on investment.
I don't hate it.
Yeah,
I will hear you out absolutely.
I 1000% agree.
And I think right now you ask people who will win the World Cup. I've been asking a lot of people. England is rarely a name that comes out of their mouth.
Yeah.
I think they've slowly started becoming less of a favorite over time.
Yeah.
And I think that can actually go in their favor. At least here. I don't know what the talk is like in England.
Yeah.
It's probably expectations
huge,
are probably
right?
high, right?
I mean,
But I feel like the general consensus surrounding England ever since the squad has been announced is, okay, well, they'll probably get eliminated in the semifinals, right? I think this team can, I think that can play in their favor. And they can
talent-wise,
surprise a lot of people.
they are as good as, if not the best out of all of the nations. They're right up there. Again, a new manager, a new system, that may come into play.
Yeah.
But like you said, I love the fact that we didn't go with the same people we always went with. I love the fact that Harry Maguire wasn't just there because he was one of the favorites of Southgate. I love the fact that I realized that Trent probably didn't hold the spot in this team the way they were going to play, and he didn't bring him. I love the fact that Foden and Palmer, while one of them probably should be there, didn't have amazing seasons and aren't on the plane. I feel like if you look at it objectively and look at it from the seasons that each team have and what is going to be played from an England perspective, a lot of what Tuchel did, like you said, made a lot of sense. Nothing was really stood out as aggressively bad, besides the Palmer Foden one. One of them probably should have been there. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know.
Sucks for Cole Palmer. He was in that Nike commercial the other day. Had a whole segment dedicated to him.
What a commercial, by the way.
Yeah,
What
it was
a-
good.
What a commercial.
good.
Commercial. Are we putting that
Genuinely-
over the Adidas one
Yes,
with
I think
Timmy?
so. I think so.
I think so.
I think that's the greatest commercial I've ever watched.
What about the
Really?
What about the Alien one, or is that like, does that not count?
The Alien, like the Samsung one
No,
back in the day?
Was that, is it Samsung?
It was a Samsung. It was very random.
the save football one?
Yeah.
It was like more like
Safe Football was
it like
robots.
it was a long
but there
one,
was
no?
also an Alien one. There's an Alien one, and there was also the clone one.
No,
and that was
the
Nike.
clone one. The clone one.
clone
That
one.
one is fantastic.
The clone one, I think, is still like
Yeah, I love that one.
new
So we're going England first, correct?
Yeah.
I'm not very high on this Croatian team. Ever since last Euros, I think I'd put Ghana over them, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Okay. Sure.
But obviously, we know what Croatia's like in these knockout
I
style
find
tournaments.
every single tournament I am low on Croatia, and every single time they surprise me. How
Yeah,
did they
that's
do in Euro 2024? I mean,
They did group stage exit, I think.
did they?
Or was it might have been third
got
place
grouped?
qualification.
Did they?
Yeah, they didn't have a good Euros at all.
Let me confirm. They came third, got eliminated, or
Damn.
maybe they made it through. I don't.
No,
I
I
don't
would
know.
have seen it.
But it was 2 points
the
in
blue
in
ones.
three. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, they got grouped in a tough group, to be fair.
Ghana second, Croatia third, Panama fourth. Shout
Sure,
out, shout
let's
out
do it.
Panama. All right.
Panama, man.
Are we quick firing through this this bracket?
Let's
Are
do
we?
it.
Oh, we need to pick our best eighth places
Oh
first.
my God. Okay. I think US is one of them.
So no, it's
This is based
the
off of
teams that are
group.
going to lose 2 games
Yeah.
and then not win the third one.
Okay. So I think US
think-
is one of them. Like that.
You think the
No, I
U.S.
think the-
is getting grouped?
No. I think they go through.
Beating Paraguay.
Yeah.
So who are the teams that we think will not be that? Because that's easier to narrow.
Iran will not be that. in
Iran
my
will
opinion.
not be there.
No.
Who else is there? Scotland. Will Scotland be
Scotland
there?
will be
Who's
there.
the
It's-
last
it's
team?
Haiti.
It's Haiti. They'll win that. Who's that team under Scotland?
Congo might not be there.
Congo. It'll be a draw against Uzbekistan. They're not going through.
Saudi Arabia might not be there as well.
Saudi
Cape Verde.
Arabia might not be there either. And I see Qatar maybe getting a win or a draw off of Bosnia.
Sure.
Okay. Sure.
Maybe.
So then the rest.
Select the rest, and then we're going through.
Croatia, USA, Ecuador, Algeria, Norway, Sweden,
Scotland.
Scotland, and South Africa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. Quick fire, lads. Quick fire.